There's only 3 tops that you need this fall, and with these sweaters you will not only be warm, you will be one of the best dressed this fall season. Look, I think as we're creating our fall wardrobes, having the right sweaters is one of the most important to start off with. So the first one that you need to pick up is a good hoodie. Now of course this is not revolutionary, but it is still very essential. But you need to pick up the right one. And what makes a hoodie perfect? Well, in my opinion, it's the fit. I love oversized fits. I love no drawstrings and a drop shoulder. These look the best and are typically the most comfortable. Another thing that I look for is the scrunch at the bottom of the cuff. It's just an extra detail that makes a hoodie worth picking up. And trust me, this little detail really does go such a long way. Now, some brands offer it and some brands don't, but in my opinion, what I've noticed is the brands that do offer that are typically the higher quality hoodie and last me a lot longer. My favorite colors for a hoodie is black, navy, gray, brown, and cream. Out of all the ones I mentioned, pick up which ones you like the most and shop from there. Now, does this mean that you should only get one hoodie? No, I think you should start off with one and later decide to get more, but we'll talk about that a little later on. The good thing is that out of all the colors that I mentioned, all of them are very versatile, so they'll typically go with anything you decide to wear. Because in my wardrobe, I value versatility, and I think you should as well. My favorite brands to get the perfect hoodie is Abercrombie, Ours, and Cole Buxton. Granted, I need to shop at Cole Buxton, but if you've had a hoodie from them, let me know if it's worth picking up, because this one's a little bit more on the pricey side, or just in general, let me know what's your favorite hoodie. Maybe I might check it out. Now I gotta say, don't fall into the trap of wearing a hoodie every single day. I think a hoodie is a refresher when you need something a little more casual, a little bit more laid back, but you still want to look good at the same time. Because of course you don't have to sacrifice comfortability and looking good, and I think a hoodie like this is the perfect example. And of course it's just such a bonus when you have the right colors and you're matching your fits perfectly with the right hoodie. But let's not get too caught up in that, because you still need 2 more sweaters. And the next one is going to be a quarter zip, but to be fair, a half zip works just as good. As long as you got a zipper in the sweatshirt, I think there's nothing you can't look good in for the fall. These look good oversized and a little bit more slim, just depends on what you prefer. I will say the slim ones do look good in a more dressed up tone, and so if you're still into that old money aesthetic, which I think is a very good idea, you have to keep in mind it's not just a summer thing. You could definitely transition that into the fall, and having a quarter zip would definitely help you with that. Now again, let's talk about the best colors. I love beige, black, and navy. These are my favorite for quarter zips. Of course I have a few extra, but these definitely got to be the most essential ones. And since I'm typically known to always wear quarter zips in the fall, and speaking about that, they are definitely one of my more complimented pieces, so definitely gonna be wearing that a lot. Currently my favorite ones are some from Calvin Klein, Hollister, and Nautica, but I'm definitely gonna be letting you know right now, I am going to be looking for a ton more from ranges of different brands, because I know there's plenty out there that sell a good quarter zip. So if I ever make any fall clothing hauls, you definitely know what's going to be in there. Now again, depending on the fit, whether it's oversized or slim, you could wear this casually, a little bit more streetwear, or a little bit dapper. Again, I definitely like both, and you could definitely pick up one of each, but like I mentioned earlier, for right now, just stick for one, whatever you're going to wear the most of. And if you ever decide that you want something else, instead of getting a completely different piece, you can just pick up another quarter zip in a different color or a completely different fit, and that way you're sticking to something that you're already comfortable with, but you completely change the aesthetic of your outfits. And I promise you, you're gonna look a lot better than most people this fall. And the final top that you need is a jacket. Now I have to admit, it was either this or an oversized sweatshirt, but I think a jacket's gonna be more essential, and I'll talk a little bit more about oversized sweatshirts and other fall pieces later on in the video. But for right now, let's talk about my favorite jackets that I'm personally gonna be wearing a lot throughout the fall. Now look, for the fall, it's a transitioning weather, meaning it's either very cold or it's a nice cool day. Now again, if you're just getting one for right now, try to get something that'll go for both. For example, something like a Harrington jacket. Now this won't work when it's freezing outside, but if it's a little bit more of a colder fall night, the only thing you really have to switch up is your underpiece. Because if it's really cold outside, I would stick with something a little bit thicker, maybe something like a thermal underneath. So that way, the closest piece to your body is keeping you warm, and the jacket's just a little extra bonus and makes you look great at the same time. But if it's a little bit more of a cooler fall night where you don't have to worry about the weather too much, you can stick with a normal t-shirt underneath, and it's keeping you warm both ways. Now I will say some of my main jackets are going to be suede. That's because I always get compliments with a suede jacket, especially this brown one from Abercrombie. I always receive comments, I always receive DMs about this specific jacket. So it's from Abercrombie. I'll try to leave the link here in the YouTube shopping feature. On the side note, I picked up a darker brown suede jacket, again from Abercrombie, and this one I'm very excited to wear. It's going to be one of my go-to jackets this fall. I also like corduroy jackets. Denim jackets are cool as well. I don't really wear them all too much anymore. And again, there's plenty that I need to pick up. There's plenty that I own and I'm still going to wear. But out of all the ones that I mentioned, pick up whichever one you're going to wear the most and what you think you will look good in. That being said, I think that suede jacket is a great option. And based off what I said, you could already tell what's going to be my go-to place for jackets, and that is going to be Abercrombie and Fitch. Of course, some other places that are definitely worth mentioning, places like Express. I think this one's very underrated. Not enough people talk about Express. You should definitely check them out. Or of course, whatever place you like shopping at already. When it comes to shopping for clothes, although I love experimenting with new places because different places have their own styles, I can't lie, I equally love going to my go-to shops. Another place that I was looking at is Zara. I remember walking in there, saw a bunch of different jackets. Unfortunately, none of them had my size, but maybe as we get closer into the fall, I'll be picking up some from there. Now, back to what I was mentioning about other pieces. So I think you should get one of each of these sweaters. That way you're starting off with a good foundation of your fall wardrobe. And as time goes on, notice what you wear the most of. Do you wear quarter zips the most? Do you wear hoodies the most? Or do you just love jackets? Whatever the answer is, get one or two more of what you're already wearing in a different color that you're gonna wear equally as much as what you're already wearing. And of course, from here, the more the merrier. The more pieces you have, the more you're able to switch it up. So that way you can start experimenting with oversized sweatshirts and plenty of other fall sweaters that are gonna help you look better this fall season. That being said, it's no pressure to always be buying new things. Work with what you have, but if you have the extra money, shop accordingly. Now, I love all these pieces because they help me stand out, but if you want to know exactly how I dress better than 90% of guys out there, I have a video that's going to show you exactly that. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Later.